Welcome to Audio Mentors, the channel where we share audiobooks on finance, business, and personal development to help you make more informed decisions and achieve your goals. Today, we begin with a summary of this fascinating book, The Snowball, Warren Buffett and the Business of Life by Alice Schroeder. This book offers a deep dive into the life and philosophy of one of the most successful men in the world of finance, Warren Buffett. Through his story, we will learn how, with patience, vision, and tireless work ethic, Buffett transformed his investment approach into one of the most impressive success stories of our time. Throughout this journey, you will discover valuable lessons on smart investments, the importance of patience, and how strategic decisions can lead you to achieve your most ambitious goals. If you enjoy this content and want to continue learning from great figures like Warren Buffett, don't forget to subscribe to Audio Mentors. Turn on notifications so you don't miss any of our upcoming audiobooks and educational resources. Let's get started. Chapter 1. Introduction: The Power of the Snowball. The story of Warren Buffett is one of the most inspiring and fascinating in the world of finance, not only because he has accumulated an enormous fortune, but also because his unique approach to success has completely transformed our understanding of how wealth should be built. In The Snowball, Alice Schroeder takes us on a detailed journey through Buffett's life, from his early years in Omaha to his meteoric rise in the world of business and investment, introducing us to a man whose success was the result of a meticulous and long-term process. The metaphor of the snowball not only refers to how he accumulated wealth but also to his approach to building his empire. Just like a snowball that starts small and accumulates over time, gaining strength and size with every turn, Buffett built his fortune over decades, making decisions that seemed small at the beginning but, over time, had a huge impact on his financial life and on how we perceive money and investing. What may seem like a stroke of luck to many is the result of a consistent and disciplined strategy that accumulated over time, a series of smart decisions made day by day, year after year. Buffett's story also highlights patience and continuous learning as essential components of his success. From a very young age, Buffett showed a deep interest in business, but he didn't seek quick enrichment or shortcuts. Instead, his focus was always on the long term, with a clear preference for investing in solid companies and waiting patiently for their value to increase over time. This became one of the fundamental principles that would guide his career and ultimately lead him to build an empire that would remain relevant for more than half a century. One of the most fascinating aspects of his life is how a boy who grew up in a small town like Omaha, Nebraska, became the most successful investor of all time, a man whose name is recognized worldwide and whose influence has transcended the boundaries of investing to become a model for life. Warren Buffett, in his humility, never considered himself a special person. His approach was based on a conservative mentality and a deep respect for the basic principles of saving and investing. But it was precisely this pragmatic and simple vision that distinguished him and led him to the top. Throughout this chapter, we also see how Buffett's life was deeply influenced by his family and surroundings, who instilled in him the value of hard work, ethics, and continuous education. His father, a prominent congressman and economist, played a key role in his early years, teaching him a rational approach to money. Additionally, it was in his youth that Warren adopted a fundamental philosophy that has defined his entire life: only invest in what you understand. The key to understanding Buffett's story is that it's not about luck or being a genius in the strictest sense, but about how, over the years, he accumulated knowledge, built relationships, and made decisions that, while small at the start, became cumulative factors of great success. The most important decisions Buffett made throughout his life were consistent and long-term. Instead of looking for quick gains, he always bet on consistency, continuous education, and investing in assets that created long-term value. Furthermore, Warren Buffett's story is not just a business story, but also a personal life story. Despite his immense success, Buffett has maintained a surprisingly simple life. He prefers to live in the same house he bought in the 1950s, has no interest in luxury or conspicuous consumption, and his focus remains on creating value and contributing to society in a meaningful way. Throughout the work, we discover that one of Buffett's distinguishing traits is his deep belief that money should be used to create a positive impact, and that personal wealth is merely a consequence of a life lived with solid principles. In this chapter, the metaphor of the snowball highlights how, just like the small decisions and actions we make throughout our lives, they may seem insignificant at first, but over time, they have a cumulative effect. For Buffett, this means that once a solid foundation of knowledge and smart actions is built, a trajectory develops that generates exponential results. This is the true essence of his success. What this chapter invites us to reflect on is that the real secret to Warren Buffett's success is not his ability to predict the future or any secret formula, but his long-term approach, dedication, and ability to make sound decisions again and again, based on solid principles. Through the constant accumulation of wise decisions, Buffett created a financial snowball that has continued to grow into one of the largest fortunes in modern history. In summary, this chapter not only introduces the man behind the Warren Buffett myth but also his philosophical approach to money and investing, prudent decisions, and the discipline required to build a fortune. Like a snowball, success comes when you have patience, take the necessary time to learn, and act consistently. Chapter 2. The Profile of the American Millionaire. In this chapter, the snowball begins to unravel the early years of Warren Buffett, his family background, and how those formative years deeply influenced his view on business and investment. To understand the Warren Buffett we know today, it is essential to explore his childhood, his family, and the social context surrounding him. This chapter examines how the values, early experiences, and lessons from his family helped shape his business mindset. Childhood in Omaha. Warren Buffett was born in 1930 in Omaha, Nebraska, a small city in the American context but significant in his personal development. Although Omaha was not a hub for major economic opportunities at that time, Buffett was fortunate to grow up in a family that deeply valued education and hard work. His father, Howard Buffett, was a prominent congressman and economist, which gave Warren a broader perspective on economics, business, and finance from an early age. The figure of Howard Buffett was crucial in Warren's life. Not only did he instill a love for numbers and mathematics, but he also taught him to think in economic and political terms, which would prove essential for his later success in business. In their home, money was not a taboo subject. Warren saw his father manage money responsibly, which helped him understand the importance of making smart financial decisions and avoiding excessive spending. Although Warren was surrounded by a family with a strong work ethic, he also experienced the impact of the Great Depression in his youth. The economic crisis affected many families in his community, but for Warren, this period served as a valuable lesson about economic volatility and the need for conservative financial decisions. This early learning about financial hardship led him to develop a strong aversion to risk, a trait that would be reflected in his conservative investment approach throughout his life. Family influence. A home with values of work and saving. The influence of his mother, Layla Buffett, was also significant in his personal development. Although she was not as prominent professionally as her husband, Layla was the emotional pillar of the family. Her discipline and way of managing household resources shaped Warren's mentality, teaching him that financial responsibility is a fundamental component for achieving economic stability. Although Warren was never directly involved in the family businesses, his father and other family members offered him a clear perspective on the importance of efficient financial management. This family foundation solidified his prudent attitude and aversion to debt, something that would stay with him throughout his career. His first encounter with money. From a very young age, Warren Buffett showed an immense interest in business. His first business was a gum sale when he was just 6 years old, and from that moment, entrepreneurship became a part of his life. Rather than spending his money on toys or other childhood indulgences, Warren preferred to invest in his businesses, always seeking new opportunities to make money. His enthusiasm for finance grew when, at the age of 11, he bought shares of a company on the New York Stock Exchange. Although the initial investment was not successful, it marked the beginning of his focus on the stock market and his understanding of how to invest strategically. It also allowed him to see the market as an opportunity, but also as an environment where rigorous principles must be applied and reckless speculation avoided. The value of education and reading. One of the key principles in Warren Buffett's life is the value of continuous education. Despite his natural talent for numbers and his ability to spot opportunities, Buffett has always emphasized that knowledge was the most important tool on his path to success. His love for reading began in childhood, when he devoured books on business, economics, and psychology, always looking for new ways to understand the world and how to grow his money. This approach to education led him to invest time and effort into constantly learning, both formally and self-taught. Rather than seeking shortcuts to quick wealth, Buffett always prioritized a respect for wisdom and the ability to learn from mistakes. His first job, the path to investment. Warren's adolescence was marked by a series of jobs that, while simple, offered him important lessons about the value of work and discipline. His first job was at a grocery store, where he learned the importance of working hard and earning money honestly. At this age, he also got involved in selling raffle tickets, showing his ability to identify business opportunities. But the true transition to investing happened when Warren began studying with Benjamin Graham at Columbia University, where he academically trained to understand the stock markets. It was this contact with Graham, one of the most influential economists of the time, that truly solidified Warren's view of value investing and searching for companies with strong fundamentals. Lessons from the environment. The importance of role models. Throughout his life, Warren Buffett was fortunate to be surrounded by role models who greatly influenced his personal and professional development. The figure of Benjamin Graham, his mentor, is central. Graham taught Buffett that the real value of companies lies in their underlying fundamentals, not in their daily price fluctuations. Buffett also absorbed lessons from other entrepreneurs and economists who, while closer to his environment, offered insights on how to work intelligently and focus efforts on what really matters. Developing a rational mindset and the ability to make well-founded decisions was a lesson that Warren would carry with him throughout his life. Conclusion: the seed of success. This chapter makes it clear that Warren Buffett's development as an investor and entrepreneur was a combination of factors far beyond his natural abilities. It was his family environment, early experiences, role models, and above all, the value of continuous education that allowed the seeds of success to take root. Warren Buffett was not born a billionaire investor. He achieved this through dedication, discipline, and the ability to seize opportunities with a long-term vision. Throughout his life, Buffett has demonstrated that success is not the result of immediate decisions or random factors, but rather the product of a continuous process of learning, adaptation, and perseverance. As this book progresses, we will see how these principles from his youth continued to form the solid foundation that led him to become one of the richest men in the world. This chapter has laid the groundwork for understanding the man behind the Warren Buffett legend. His entrepreneurial mindset and long-term vision continue to be the fundamental pillars of his success. As we delve deeper into his life, we discover that wealth creation is ultimately a combination of constant learning, smart decisions, and patience. Chapter 3. Wealth is what you save, not what you spend. In this chapter, Alice Schroeder delves into one of the most important principles that Warren Buffett has followed throughout his life and which has been key to his financial success: the idea that wealth does not come from what you earn, but from what you save and invest. Through Buffett's story, we see how his philosophy about money and saving led him to build his fortune, without relying on a large income or an ostentatious lifestyle. Buffett's saving philosophy. Warren Buffett, unlike many of the millionaires of his time, never allowed himself to be swayed by the desire to spend in order to impress. From a young age, Buffett understood that money is not measured by how much you spend, but by how much you save and, more importantly, what you do with those savings. This principle became the foundation of his financial approach and was key to his path to financial independence. Buffett has always emphasized that his success was not due to earning large sums of money, but to his ability to save and invest wisely what he earned. While many of his college classmates, colleagues, and friends focused on earning more money to spend on luxuries, Buffett maintained an austere mindset that allowed him to steadily accumulate his wealth. This frugal mindset, far from being a limitation, became one of his greatest assets, as it allowed him to make the most of every investment opportunity that came his way. The power of compounding, saving plus investing. An essential component of Buffett's philosophy is the concept of compound interest. Although his success has been based on his ability to identify investment opportunities, It has also been the result of consistent investing and reinvesting profits. Buffett understands the value of letting money work for itself, and throughout his career, he has accumulated wealth through the power of compounding. Instead of spending what he earned, Buffett preferred to reinvest his profits. Rather than spending on consumables that lose value, he decided his money would be used to acquire productive assets. Throughout his life, Buffett has demonstrated that the greatest rewards come when you have patience and let compound interest do its work. This allowed him to achieve much higher returns than many other investors who opted to spend rather than invest. Buffett's modest lifestyle. One of the most surprising characteristics of Warren Buffett is his extremely modest lifestyle compared to other billionaires. Despite his enormous fortune, Buffett still lives in the same modest house he bought in 1958 in Omaha, Nebraska, for just $31,500. This fact contrasts sharply with the image of many millionaires who seek to live in luxury mansions and surround themselves with extravagant status symbols. Buffett has stated on multiple occasions that, instead of spending on material things, he prefers to invest in assets that generate wealth, such as shares in quality companies or well-managed businesses. This modest attitude has allowed him to accumulate a much larger fortune than he could have had he followed the consumerist lifestyle that characterizes other magnates of his time. This approach has kept him focused on his financial goals and allowed him to preserve his capital for investments that truly generate long-term value. Millionaires aren't those who spend the most. One of the most powerful lessons from this chapter is that, in reality, people who seem to have the most luxurious or ostentatious lifestyles are not necessarily the richest. In fact, many individuals with the highest incomes fail to accumulate wealth because they tend to spend more than they earn. True wealth does not come from high incomes, but from the ability to save and invest. Buffett illustrates this idea with a clear example: the fact that many self-made millionaires in the United States live modestly. Most of the millionaires he knows are people who have accumulated their wealth over time through smart financial decisions, but who do not display an ostentatious lifestyle. These millionaires prefer to invest in assets that generate cash flow and appreciation, rather than spending money on unnecessary luxuries. Buffett himself is a living example of this philosophy. Despite having access to immense wealth, he remains a man of simple and practical habits, demonstrating that smart spending and prudent investing are the paths to creating lasting wealth. The psychology of money, risk aversion and patience. Another important aspect of Buffett's philosophy is his aversion to risk and his conservative approach to money. For him, the risk of losing money is more significant than the possibility of quick returns. Buffett prefers to ensure that his money is secure and that each investment is backed by solid fundamentals that give him confidence that his capital will remain safe and grow over time. This patience and prudence have been key to his long-term success. Instead of seeking quick opportunities to get rich, Buffett has focused on consistently investing in quality companies with a long-term approach. Discipline and patience are essential to him, and he prefers to wait for his investments to mature rather than rush to get immediate returns. Buffett's teaching: invest what you save. The main lesson of this chapter is that wealth is not about earning large amounts of money, but about saving and investing intelligently what you earn. Warren Buffett has demonstrated that the path to financial success is not in consumption or the pursuit of immediate pleasures, but in the ability to manage your money wisely, make informed decisions, and reinvest profits in a way that generates long-term value. By focusing on saving and investing rather than spending, Buffett created a sustainable wealth cycle that has made him one of the richest men in the world. This approach of living within your means, saving, and reinvesting is the cornerstone of his success. Conclusion: save and invest with discipline. This chapter reinforces the idea that true wealth is created through financial discipline, saving enough, avoiding unnecessary spending, and most importantly, investing prudently and for the long term. Throughout his life, Warren Buffett has shown that patience and a long-term strategy are more effective than the desire for quick profits. Investing what you save and maintaining a prudent mindset will allow you to build a solid financial future and, over time, achieve financial independence. This chapter not only shows us Buffett's financial mindset but also invites us to reflect on our own money decisions and how, with the right strategy, anyone can take control of their finances and achieve success. Chapter 4. The Deceptive Appearance. In this chapter, Alice Schroeder addresses one of the most fascinating and revealing aspects of Warren Buffett, the contradiction between his appearance and his true wealth. While many millionaires are characterized by a luxurious lifestyle and ostentatious presence, Buffett has been notably discreet in his lifestyle. His approach to money and wealth is not only unique but also challenges common notions of what it means to be rich and successful in modern society. Buffett's philosophy: live modestly. One of the most surprising characteristics of Warren Buffett is his austere lifestyle. Despite being one of the richest men in the world, Buffett does not live in a luxurious mansion, own a fleet of expensive cars, or collect exclusive items like many of his business colleagues. Instead of living in luxury neighborhoods or showcasing a life full of material excess, Buffett has maintained an unexpectedly modest life. This reflects his deep rejection of ostentation and his belief that money should be used to create value rather than accumulate material goods. Buffett still lives in the same house in Omaha, Nebraska, that he bought in 1958 for $31,500. A modest house that is nothing spectacular compared to the mansions of contemporary billionaires. This fact has become a statement of his life philosophy, which steers clear of the culture of conspicuous consumption and the pursuit of the appearance of success. While many people associate wealth with grand mansions and luxury cars, Buffett shows that true wealth is not measured by what you own, but by what you invest in and how you grow your money. The myth of consumerism. Modern society tends to associate wealth with the public display of material goods, known as conspicuous consumption. However, Buffett has shown that you don't need to showcase an ostentatious lifestyle to succeed in business or achieve financial independence. Throughout his life, he has emphasized that a simple life and austerity are fundamental principles for maintaining good financial health and building real wealth. Despite being one of the richest men on the planet, Buffett has chosen to live in a way that does not attract attention and does not seek to impress others with his status or property. The deceptive appearance. Why many millionaires don't look rich. One of the most persistent myths about wealth is that those who possess it must appear and live like millionaires. However, as seen in Buffett's case, many self-made millionaires do not feel the need to show their wealth externally. Luxury is not a priority for them. Instead, they focus on creating long-term value, investing wisely, and making decisions that allow them to build and maintain wealth consistently. What characterizes most of these millionaires is not their ostentatious lifestyle but their ability to save and invest intelligently what they earn, which allows them to create sustainable and lasting wealth. Rather than splurging on luxurious items or living in impressive homes, millionaires who follow Buffett's model prefer to invest in assets that generate income and long-term value. This strategy allows them to preserve and multiply their wealth without resorting to social appearances as a measure of success. Buffett's vision: invest in what truly matters. The key difference between traditional millionaires and Buffett lies in what he considers important in his life and career. For him, wealth is not measured in terms of external appearances or how much you can show others, but in the value you are able to create through your investments and business decisions. Buffett has invested in companies like Coca-Cola, American Express, and BNSF Railway, among others, not because they are popular, but because he believes in their intrinsic value and their ability to generate steady profits over the long term. For this reason, Buffett has never been a fan of the luxury market or financial speculation. Instead, his approach focuses on acquiring solid companies with predictable business models that generate stable and growing profits over time. This investment vision is aligned with his determination to wait and not give in to market pressure. Instead of rushing to obtain quick profits, Buffett prefers to adopt a patient and strategic stance, knowing that true financial success comes from consistent, sustainable actions. How Buffett's mindset contrasts with the consumption mindset. Buffett's mindset also contrasts with that of many people who seek immediate success and quick luxury. Most people in modern society obsess over the external appearance of success, whether through a luxury car, expensive clothes, or impressive houses. However, this mindset can lead to financial unsustainability and a cycle of debt and spending that does not reflect true wealth accumulation. Buffett, on the other hand, has demonstrated that real wealth comes from consistency, prudence, and patience, not from the display of money. Buffett's lesson: success is not measured by what you have. One of the most powerful lessons this chapter offers is that real success is not related to what you have but to what you build over time. Buffett's true wealth is not in his possessions but in his ability to make smart decisions with money and his long-term approach. Throughout his life, Buffett has made it clear that an extravagant luxury lifestyle is not necessary to be financially successful. Modesty in his lifestyle has been a tool to preserve his wealth and stay focused on what truly matters, creating value and growing his money wisely. The contradiction: how wealth is measured. The contradiction, then, is clear. What appears to be a sign of poverty or limited financial success is actually a prudent and calculated strategy to ensure resources are used efficiently. For Buffett, deceptive appearances are nothing more than a distraction. In his case, true wealth comes from careful, strategic, and quiet management of his assets, without the desire to show the world his success. Conclusion: live with purpose, not to impress. At the end of the chapter, it becomes clear that Warren Buffett's lesson is straightforward. True wealth is not measured by what you spend, but by what you save, invest, and build over time. While many focus on what they appear to be to others, Buffett teaches us that genuine success is in how we make intelligent financial decisions and live with purpose, not in the display of our material goods. The key to his success is not having big, flashy things but maintaining a consistent, disciplined, long-term approach to everything he does. The deceptive appearance of Buffett's lifestyle is, in fact, one of his greatest strengths, as it reflects his rational approach and long-term priorities. This chapter reminds us that true wealth is not in what we show the world, but in what we can build quietly and consistently. As Buffett has demonstrated, genuine wealth comes from smart decisions and living below our means while seeking to create real value with our investments. Chapter 5. The importance of living below your means. This chapter explores one of the most fundamental principles that have guided Warren Buffett's life and been key to his financial success: living below your means. While many people around the world seek to acquire more things, constantly raising their standard of living to reflect their success, Buffett has followed a radically different approach. Throughout his life, he has shown that lasting wealth comes from keeping expenses under control and prioritizing saving and investing over the accumulation of material goods. Buffett's philosophy on spending. One of the reasons Warren Buffett has been able to amass an impressive fortune is his disciplined approach to money. Unlike many other millionaires who live surrounded by luxuries, Buffett has maintained a surprisingly modest life. From his home in Omaha to his consumption habits, Buffett has always opted for a simple lifestyle, aligning with his core belief: wealth is not measured by what you spend, but by what you save and invest. Buffett has been clear about this, saying that it's not necessary to spend a lot to achieve financial success. Instead of splurging on luxury cars, expensive clothes, or a lavish mansion, he prefers to spend only what is necessary and ensure that his money is directed toward growing through intelligent and strategic investments. The key to Buffett's success lies in living an economical life and focusing on the real value of things rather than following social pressures to consume ostentatiously. The trap of consumption and high-living lifestyles. Many financial problems people face stem from what is called the consumption trap, the desire to maintain an elevated lifestyle and flaunt success, which leads to increased spending and the use of credit or loans to fund that lifestyle. Buffett's vision: invest in what truly matters. The key difference between traditional millionaires and Buffett lies in what he considers important in his life and career. For him, wealth is not measured in terms of external appearances or how much you can show others, but in the value you are able to create through your investments and business decisions. Buffett has invested in companies like Coca-Cola, American Express, and BNSF Railway, among others, not because they are popular, but because he believes in their intrinsic value and their ability to generate steady profits over the long term. For this reason, Buffett has never been a fan of the luxury market or financial speculation. Instead, his approach focuses on acquiring solid companies with predictable business models that generate stable and growing profits over time. This investment vision is aligned with his determination to wait and not give in to market pressure. Instead of rushing to obtain quick profits, Buffett prefers to adopt a patient and strategic stance, knowing that true financial success comes from consistent, sustainable actions. How Buffett's mindset contrasts with the consumption mindset. Buffett's mindset also contrasts with that of many people who seek immediate success and quick luxury. Most people in modern society obsess over the external appearance of success, whether through a luxury car, expensive clothes, or impressive houses. However, this mindset can lead to financial unsustainability and a cycle of debt and spending that does not reflect true wealth accumulation. Buffett, on the other hand, has demonstrated that real wealth comes from consistency, prudence, and patience, not from the display of money. Buffett's lesson: success is not measured by what you have. One of the most powerful lessons this chapter offers is that real success is not related to what you have but to what you build over time. Buffett's true wealth is not in his possessions but in his ability to make smart decisions with money and his long-term approach. Throughout his life, Buffett has made it clear that an extravagant luxury lifestyle is not necessary to be financially successful. Modesty in his lifestyle has been a tool to preserve his wealth and stay focused on what truly matters, creating value and growing his money wisely. The contradiction: how wealth is measured. The contradiction, then, is clear. What appears to be a sign of poverty or limited financial success is actually a prudent and calculated strategy to ensure resources are used efficiently. For Buffett, deceptive appearances are nothing more than a distraction. In his case, true wealth comes from careful, strategic, and quiet management of his assets, without the desire to show the world his success. Conclusion: live with purpose, not to impress. At the end of the chapter, it becomes clear that Warren Buffett's lesson is straightforward. True wealth is not measured by what you spend, but by what you save, invest, and build over time. While many focus on what they appear to be to others, Buffett teaches us that genuine success is in how we make intelligent financial decisions and live with purpose, not in the display of our material goods. The key to his success is not having big, flashy things but maintaining a consistent, disciplined, long-term approach to everything he does. The deceptive appearance of Buffett's lifestyle is, in fact, one of his greatest strengths, as it reflects his rational approach and long-term priorities. This chapter reminds us that true wealth is not in what we show the world, but in what we can build quietly and consistently. As Buffett has demonstrated, genuine wealth comes from smart decisions and living below our means while seeking to create real value with our investments. Chapter 5. The importance of living below your means. This chapter explores one of the most fundamental principles that have guided Warren Buffett's life and been key to his financial success: living below your means. While many people around the world seek to acquire more things, constantly raising their standard of living to reflect their success, Buffett has followed a radically different approach. Throughout his life, he has shown that lasting wealth comes from keeping expenses under control and prioritizing saving and investing over the accumulation of material goods. Buffett's philosophy on spending. One of the reasons Warren Buffett has been able to amass an impressive fortune is his disciplined approach to money. Unlike many other millionaires who live surrounded by luxuries, Buffett has maintained a surprisingly modest life. From his home in Omaha to his consumption habits, Buffett has always opted for a simple lifestyle, aligning with his core belief: wealth is not measured by what you spend, but by what you save and invest. Buffett has been clear about this, saying that it's not necessary to spend a lot to achieve financial success. Instead of splurging on luxury cars, expensive clothes, or a lavish mansion, he prefers to spend only what is necessary and ensure that his money is directed toward growing through intelligent and strategic investments. The key to Buffett's success lies in living an economical life and focusing on the real value of things rather than following social pressures to consume ostentatiously. The trap of consumption and high-living lifestyles. Many financial problems people face stem from what is called the consumption trap, the desire to maintain an elevated lifestyle and flaunt success, which leads to increased spending and the use of credit or loans to fund that lifestyle. Financing those expenses. In many cases, this type of behavior doesn't truly reflect real wealth but rather an accumulation of debt and installment payments. Buffett completely opposes this approach. In his view, the biggest mistake a person can make is spending money they don't have to maintain an image of success. Instead of following the path of conspicuous consumption, Buffett has taught that true financial freedom comes from living within your means and saving and investing wisely the money you earn. Buffett's Simple Life: Lessons in Modesty. One of the most well-known stories about Warren Buffett is his choice of a simple life. Despite his enormous wealth, Buffett has not been driven by the desire to acquire more material things. His modest house in Omaha is a clear symbol of his vision. You don't need a luxurious home or large material possessions to be happy or successful. In fact, he often cites that the great lesson of life is learning to enjoy the small things without falling into excess. Buffett has explained on several occasions that one of the reasons for his success is that he has avoided falling into the consumption trap, and that people who truly achieve long-term financial success are those who focus on their priorities and not on what others expect from them. Rather than spending on luxuries, Buffett uses his money to create value, whether by investing in quality companies or accumulating assets that generate passive income. How Buffett grew his wealth without excessive spending. Over the years, the philosophy of living below his means allowed Buffett to build a solid financial foundation and take advantage of investment opportunities. The discipline he has shown in his spending decisions and his preference for investing in long-term value companies have placed him in a unique position to benefit from the steady growth of his wealth. For example, Buffett did not spend large sums of money on his personal life, which allowed him to make smart financial decisions like buying stock in quality companies, which over time generated outstanding returns. Instead of seeking a luxurious lifestyle, Buffett focused on growing his wealth through intelligent investments. Rather than spending on luxuries or consumables, he knew that the money he saved and invested worked for him. The importance of austerity in business culture. Buffett is known not only for applying austerity to his own life but also for promoting it within his company, Berkshire Hathaway. As CEO of Berkshire, he has always been mindful of keeping costs under control and has insisted that the company avoid unnecessary expenses. This philosophy of cautious spending has translated into the company's strategic decisions and the way it operates. Over the years, Berkshire Hathaway has acquired a number of successful companies, in part because Buffett has been extremely pragmatic in evaluating investment opportunities. Buffett always looks for companies that are sustainable and generate profits consistently. However, he also ensures that Berkshire's resources are not used for unnecessary or extravagant purposes. This conservative approach to the company's finances has been one of the key factors in its long-term success. Living below your means, the long-term mindset. The principle of living below your means is closely tied to Buffett's long-term mindset. Rather than focusing on immediate gratification, Buffett values patience and long-term planning. He knows that financial success is not achieved overnight but through a disciplined approach, in which savings and smart investments are prioritized over impulsive purchases or unnecessary luxuries. This long-term vision has been a determining factor in his ability to generate wealth, both for himself and his shareholders. Buffett has always ensured that every financial decision aligns with his core values, avoiding the temptation to overspend and ensuring that his money is used to accumulate assets that will generate value over time. Conclusion: the freedom that comes with financial discipline. This chapter teaches us that true financial freedom comes from living below your means and making prudent use of your resources. Warren Buffett has demonstrated that the key to his success is not a high income or a luxurious lifestyle, but the discipline to save and invest wisely. Throughout his life, Buffett has rejected excess and focused on what truly matters, making smart financial decisions that allow him to achieve his long-term goals. By applying this principle in his life, he has managed to amass great wealth without needing to live ostentatiously or follow the social pressures of consumption. The long-term mindset and the focus on saving and investing are, therefore, the key ingredients in Buffett's recipe for creating and maintaining wealth. His story is a clear testament that, in order to achieve financial freedom, the most important thing is to be disciplined, live within your means, and grow your money with patience and focus. This chapter reinforces the idea that conscious spending and disciplined saving are the keys to building lasting wealth. Living below your means not only improves your financial well-being but also allows you to make smart investment decisions that will generate real, sustainable wealth in the long run. Chapter 6: Financial Discipline. In this chapter, Alice Schroeder delves into one of the cornerstones of Warren Buffett's success, his financial discipline. Throughout his life, Buffett has demonstrated time and time again that the secret to achieving financial success is not in earning large amounts of money but in being disciplined with how you manage it. Money, not just managing it effectively. The discipline in his economic decisions has been key to the creation and preservation of his fortune. This principle applies not only to his investments but also to his lifestyle, which reflects a long-term mindset focused on growing what he already has. The importance of discipline in investment. One of the fundamental reasons Warren Buffett has been so successful is his disciplined approach to investing. Buffett has emphasized that the key to wealth accumulation is not making impulsive decisions but being systematic and consistent. This approach has allowed him to overcome market fluctuations and make informed decisions that maximize his long-term returns. Buffett's financial discipline is reflected in his investment strategy. Over the years, he has adopted an extremely conservative stance on high-risk investments, avoiding speculative ventures and focusing on solid companies with predictable business models. While many investors chase immediate success, Buffett has always maintained a patient approach, which has allowed him to leverage compound interest and grow his wealth over the years. Buffett avoids the impulsive behavior that characterizes many investors, who, upon seeing market volatility, are tempted to buy or sell quickly. Instead, he focuses on companies he fully understands and believes in for the long term. His ability to resist the temptation to follow market trends has made him an extremely successful investor who has grown his wealth without succumbing to short-term fluctuations. The key of patience. Patience is another fundamental aspect of Warren Buffett's financial discipline. Unlike many investors seeking quick profits, Buffett has adopted a long-term vision, looking for companies with consistent growth potential and strong fundamentals. This approach has allowed him to wait patiently for his investments to mature, trusting that his disciplined approach will bear fruit over time. Buffett is also known for his ability to take advantage of economic crises. While many are driven by fear and sell assets in times of panic, Buffett sees these opportunities as a way to acquire assets at low prices. His patience and discipline have allowed him to systematically capitalize on these opportunities, which has been crucial to his success. Controlling spending. Living below your means. A key component of Buffett's financial discipline is his focus on saving and managing money prudently. Despite being one of the richest men in the world, Buffett has maintained a surprisingly austere lifestyle. As mentioned earlier, he still lives in the same house in Omaha he bought in 1958 for a modest sum, and he prefers not to spend on unnecessary luxuries. For Buffett, true financial freedom does not come from spending money on material things but from being disciplined in how he manages his finances. He has maintained this approach throughout his life, knowing that the key to financial success is not just making money but also saving and investing wisely. This disciplined approach has been a fundamental part of his fortune. Discipline in decision-making. Discipline is not only applied to Buffett's investments but also to how he makes personal and professional decisions. Throughout his career, Buffett has shown exceptional skill in making informed decisions and avoiding external pressures. He has remained true to his principles, even when it meant going against market trends or popular opinion. A clear example of this is his focus on investing in quality companies with a sustainable competitive advantage, rather than following investment fads that arise over time. This approach has led him to avoid emotional grudges or impulsive decisions. Instead of being influenced by market behavior, Buffett prefers to analyze and evaluate investments thoroughly, making decisions based on solid data and logical principles. The power of consistency. Warren Buffett's financial discipline is also based on consistency. While many investors fluctuate between different investment styles or try to change their approach based on market trends, Buffett has followed a steady path throughout his career. This consistent approach has allowed him to stay focused on his long-term goals while others deviate in search of immediate results. This consistent approach is also reflected in the way he runs Berkshire Hathaway, where he has achieved steady growth over the years by maintaining rigorous financial discipline. Rather than seeking quick profits or changes in strategy, Buffett prefers to preserve the value of investments and continue building on a solid foundation. The value of financial education. Buffett's financial discipline is also deeply linked to his love of continuous learning. Even though he was already extremely successful, Buffett never stopped educating himself on new financial topics, learning from his mistakes, and seeking ways to improve his investment approach. This ongoing education has allowed him to stay up to date with best practices in financial markets and adapt to changes over time. Buffett has always believed that financial education is an essential tool for achieving long-term success. It's not just about learning about stock markets, but also about managing money and making informed financial decisions. This constant pursuit of knowledge is what has allowed him to maintain solid financial discipline even during times of economic uncertainty. Conclusion: discipline as a pillar of success. In conclusion, financial discipline is one of the most essential elements that has allowed Warren Buffett to build lasting wealth. His systematic approach, patience, expense control, and consistency have made him one of the most successful investors of all time. This chapter emphasizes that discipline is not just a quality applied to financial decisions but a way of life that impacts all areas of Buffett's career. Buffett's success is not the result of a single big decision, but of constant and disciplined decisions that, over time, have led him to become one of the richest men in the world. This disciplined approach is undoubtedly a model to follow for anyone who wants to build wealth and achieve financial independence. The key lesson is clear: control and consistency are essential for making smart financial decisions, and only through these principles can lasting success in finance be achieved. Chapter 7. The Mistake of Confusing Income with Wealth. In this chapter, Alice Schroeder unravels one of the most common mistakes in the financial mindset of many people: confusing income with wealth. Warren Buffett, with his unique approach, has demonstrated that it is not how much you earn that determines whether you are truly rich, but how you manage what you have and, more importantly, how you accumulate wealth over time. In this chapter, we will explore how this fundamental difference has been key in Buffett's approach to creating and preserving his fortune. Income is not the same as wealth. The first important distinction that Buffett makes is that, while having high income may allow you to live a comfortable lifestyle, it does not guarantee that you are building real wealth. Income refers to the money you receive over a certain period, such as salaries, bonuses, or interest income, while wealth refers to the accumulation of assets that generate value over time. Many individuals with high incomes fail to accumulate wealth because their spending increases proportionally to their income. Instead of saving and investing, they spend on a lifestyle that reflects their current income rather than thinking about the long term. Real wealth accumulates when you are able to save a portion of your income and convert it into assets that generate passive income, even when you are not actively working. The trap of living according to your lifestyle. One of the most common mistakes in the mindset of many people is thinking that because they have high incomes, they can afford an elevated lifestyle. This is a phenomenon commonly known as the consumer syndrome. When a person receives more money, they increase their level of spending instead of increasing their level of saving and investing. Buffett has been a staunch advocate of living below your means, no matter how much you earn. While many of his contemporaries, including other millionaires, spend on luxuries and consumables, Buffett prefers to maintain a simple lifestyle where expenses are controlled and directed toward activities that generate long-term value, such as investing in productive assets. This approach allows him to build lasting wealth that is not tied to his short-term income. Rather than thinking about how to spend what he earns, Buffett thinks about how to invest what he saves so that, over time, his money works for him. In this way, his wealth does not depend on how much he earns, but on how much he can build over time, even if his income fluctuates along the way. The psychology of income and spending aversion. The true key to lasting wealth, according to Buffett, lies in how money is managed and how control over income is taken to avoid falling into the trap of excessive spending. The difference between a person with high income and a true millionaire is how they perceive their ability to spend. While many people see an increase in income as an opportunity to improve their quality of life through luxuries and costly purchases, Buffett sees any increase in his income as an opportunity to invest more in assets that generate passive income. In this way, his wealth does not depend on short-term income, but on his ability to generate consistent cash flow through smart investments. Buffett also mentions that the psychology of money is deeply influenced by the consumer culture around us. Social pressures can push us to spend more, but the true millionaire knows that, in the long run, the most valuable thing is to invest and create assets that generate wealth, rather than spending on luxuries that don't contribute to accumulating value. The lesson of self-made millionaires. Buffett emphasizes time and again that the self-made millionaires he knows are not defined by their current income or by the ostentatious lifestyle they lead. Instead of spending on things that depreciate quickly, such as luxury cars, big houses, or jewelry, these millionaires focus on creating long-term value through prudent investments and smart financial decisions. Buffett makes a clear distinction between those who accumulate wealth and those who just appear to be rich. While many people in modern society focus on maintaining an image of success, true millionaires understand that real wealth comes from wise investment and patience. These millionaires do not seek external images of success, but make strategic decisions based on their personal values and financial goals. Investment as the key to turning income into wealth. The true difference between income and wealth. The true difference between income and wealth lies in how you transform your earnings into assets that generate long-term value. Buffett has managed to turn his income into a great fortune not because he had higher salaries than others, but because he has been disciplined in the way he handles his money. Every dollar he saves is invested intelligently, whether in quality company stocks or valuable properties that generate passive income. Buffett also emphasizes that by creating assets that generate cash flow, it is possible to build wealth regardless of the income you earn actively. Wealth is created through prudent investing, not necessarily by earning more. It is the work of money, not physical or intellectual labor, that truly generates wealth. The risk of living off income. An important point addressed in this chapter is the risk of living solely off income. Many people rely on their active income to sustain their lifestyle, which puts their financial security at risk during crises or economic changes. However, by investing in productive assets that generate passive income, such as stocks, real estate, and solid businesses, one can achieve financial stability and economic independence. The financial independence that Buffett seeks does not depend on earning more money from a job or business, but on creating constant income streams from investments made over time. This strategy has allowed Buffett to accumulate wealth that continues to grow, even though he does not rely on active income. Conclusion: income versus wealth. This chapter makes it clear that real wealth is not measured by the amount of money earned, but by the ability to manage and grow that income over time. Warren Buffett has demonstrated throughout his career that the key to creating and maintaining wealth is smart investing, financial discipline, and patience. Rather than spending everything he earns in the moment, true millionaires like Buffett focus on growing their money systematically. Buffett teaches us that income is just one part of the process. True wealth comes from the ability to make the right decisions with what you earn and transform it into assets that continue to generate income, creating a solid fortune that transcends time. This chapter clarifies the essential distinction between income and wealth. The central lesson is that, to create wealth, one must focus on saving and investing wisely what is earned, rather than simply accumulating money actively. Through this disciplined approach, anyone can turn their income into a sustainable source of wealth. Chapter 8: Key Factors to Becoming a Millionaire. In this chapter, Alice Schroeder guides us through the key factors that have allowed Warren Buffett to become one of the richest men in the world. These factors are not hidden secrets or magic formulas but principles that anyone can adopt to build wealth and achieve financial independence. Throughout his life, Buffett has shown that the most important ingredients for financial success are patience, discipline, long-term vision, and the ability to learn from mistakes. Buffett's investment philosophy: the power of patience. One of the most important factors in Buffett's success is his patience when making investment decisions. Instead of seeking quick profits or entering volatile markets for speculation, Buffett prefers to invest in solid companies with predictable business models that can offer consistent returns over the long term. His approach is based on what he calls value investing, rather than investing based on current trends. Buffett has repeatedly stated that, to achieve financial success, one must have a long-term mindset. Investors must be willing to patiently wait for their investments to mature and grow. This patience has allowed Buffett to withstand market volatility and seize opportunities when most people are too nervous or impatient to act. The value of education and continuous knowledge. Another key factor in Buffett's success is his commitment to continuous education. From a young age, Warren showed a deep love for learning. Throughout his life, he has dedicated countless hours to reading books on business, finance, economics, and other relevant topics. This constant pursuit of knowledge has been fundamental to his success. Buffett has emphasized that knowledge is one of the most important assets in business and finance. Throughout his career, he has surrounded himself with intelligent people and worked with mentors and advisors who have helped him refine his approach. Additionally, he has learned from his own mistakes and those of others, allowing him to continuously improve his investment strategy. Buffett dedicates an impressive amount of time each day to reading books, and he himself has stated that his greatest investment tool is his ability to learn and ask questions. This love of learning has been a key factor in his success, as it has allowed him to stay up to date on best practices and adapt to changing market circumstances. The importance of making smart decisions. The ability to make smart decisions is another key factor in Buffett's success. Throughout his career, he has demonstrated time and again that it's not about taking unnecessary risks, but about carefully evaluating opportunities and making decisions based on solid data and experience. Buffett has avoided falling into the temptation of following trends and has been very selective about the companies he invests in. Rather than over-diversifying, he prefers to invest in a few high-quality companies that have strong fundamentals and a sustainable competitive advantage, a few companies that he truly understands and has long-term confidence in. This approach has allowed him to minimize risks while maximizing his profit opportunities. His disciplined approach to decision-making has been a crucial factor in building his wealth. Often, the key to success is not in doing more but in doing the right things. Buffett has shown that by being selective and acting strategically, success can be achieved without taking excessive risks. The resilience factor, overcoming difficulties. Throughout his life and career, Buffett has faced challenges and obstacles. However, one of the most notable traits of his personality is his resilience. Buffett has learned how to manage market uncertainty and volatility without being emotionally affected by the ups and downs. Buffett's success is not the result of avoiding failures, but of his ability to learn from those failures and move forward. Throughout his career, he has made decisions that didn't always turn out to be right, but he always strived to learn from those experiences and adjust his approach in the future. Buffett has been very clear in saying that to achieve success, one must learn to handle setbacks and not be driven by fear. Resilience has allowed him to stay true to his principles and not give in to market pressures or societal expectations. This ability to overcome difficulties has been one of the factors that has allowed him to remain at the top for decades. Creating value. Investing in what matters. Creating value is another key factor in Buffett's success. Instead of focusing solely on immediate profits, he has sought to invest in companies that generate long-term value, both for shareholders and society at large. This includes companies that are innovative, offer quality products and services, and are led by ethical and competent leaders. Buffett is also known for his ethical approach to business, avoiding speculation or irresponsible investments. Rather than seeking quick exploitation, he has preferred to bet on companies with solid business models and a long-term vision. This has not only allowed him to generate sustainable profits but has also helped many of the companies in which he invests to grow and prosper over time. The key to persistence. Persistence has been another fundamental factor in Buffett's fortune building. Despite difficulties, market downturns, and economic uncertainties, Buffett has maintained his focus on what truly matters, creating long-term value. His ability to stay focused on his principles has been crucial for navigating the ups and downs of the markets and maintaining his financial success. Conclusion: Buffett's formula for success. Warren Buffett's success is not the result of external factors or luck, but of a combination of patience, discipline, continuous education, smart decisions, and resilience. Throughout his life, Buffett has shown that the key factors to becoming a millionaire are not hidden secrets, but principles that anyone can adopt to create wealth and achieve financial independence. This chapter shows us that financial success is not achieved through instant decisions or following trends, but through disciplined and strategic actions taken with the right long-term focus. The real key to success is in accumulating value, constantly learning, and making smart decisions without succumbing to immediate pressures or speculation. This chapter emphasizes that the path to success is not something that happens overnight. It's about building a solid foundation step by step, based on clear principles and the ability to persist and learn throughout the process. Buffett's life and career offer a roadmap for those seeking to create sustainable and meaningful wealth. Chapter 9: Economic Independence Over Status. In this chapter, Alice Schroeder explores how Warren Buffett, despite being one of the richest men in the world, has always prioritized economic independence over the pursuit of social status. Throughout his life, Buffett has demonstrated that true wealth is not measured by what you own or by what others think of you, but by the ability to make your own financial decisions without depending on external validation or social pressures. Buffett's philosophy: independence over showiness. Unlike many of his fellow millionaires, Buffett has always been reluctant to flaunt his wealth. Despite having the means to live in a spectacular mansion, drive luxury cars, and surround himself with expensive possessions, Buffett has preferred a modest and simple life. Instead of spending large sums on luxuries, he has invested in assets that generate long-term value and used his fortune to grow his business empire, not to feed his personal status. Buffett has been very clear in saying that money was never his primary motivation. For him, true success lies in owning his destiny, rather than being trapped in the race for conspicuous consumption and external approval. From his humble home in Omaha, Buffett has demonstrated that true freedom doesn't come from having things, but from having complete control over your financial and personal decisions. The difference between wealth and status. One of the most interesting aspects of Warren Buffett's life is how he has managed to separate wealth from status. While many millionaires spend large sums of money on the appearance of success, Buffett has maintained a healthy distance between what he owns and what others perceive of him. His ability to live without the pressure of maintaining a luxurious image has allowed him to focus on what truly matters, making smart and strategic decisions about his money. Buffett has remained immune to the idea that success is measured by the amount of material possessions one has. Instead, he prefers to evaluate his success based on his ability to generate long-term value, both for himself and for the shareholders of Berkshire Hathaway, his flagship company. This approach has been key to his financial independence, as it has allowed him to make decisions without the influence of social expectations or the need to follow consumer trends. The fallacy of status: why millionaires don't need to show off their success. The desire to maintain a high social status is one of the main drivers of consumption in modern societies. However, Buffett has shown that accumulating wealth and seeking status are not necessarily compatible. Rather than spending his money on luxuries that don't generate long-term value, Buffett has chosen to invest in companies that generate income and can maintain their value over time. Through his own life, Buffett has shown that true status is not achieved through what you own but through what you've accomplished with your financial wisdom. For him, success is measured in terms of financial independence and the ability to grow his wealth without relying on the expectations of others. This mindset has been key to avoiding the traps of consumerism and staying focused on what really matters, building a legacy that lasts over the years. Buffett's approach to financial independence. Buffett not only preaches financial independence but also practices it in his daily life. From his early years, he understood that true freedom doesn't come from earning more money, but from managing it wisely. Buffett's financial independence is not just about having enough money to do whatever he wants, but about having complete control over his financial decisions without the need to conform to social pressures. Throughout his career, Buffett has invested his money in companies and assets that grant him freedom. His financial independence has allowed him to make strategic decisions without worrying about pleasing others or following market expectations. This has given him the ability to stay true to his vision and work on what truly excites him, without the distraction of chasing the fleeting trends of the financial world. The contrast with consumer society. Buffett has also remained distant from the consumer society that dominates many parts of the modern world. Despite social pressures to spend and consume, Buffett has demonstrated that real success comes from being prudent and making informed decisions. Society often glorifies excessive consumption as a way of showing wealth, but Buffett has opted for a life of simplicity and prudence. This contrast between how Buffett has managed his wealth and how many other millionaires choose to do so illustrates an important lesson. True wealth is not the wealth that is displayed, but the wealth that is preserved and grows over time. Throughout his life, Buffett has demonstrated that financial independence is achieved through the ability to make decisions without being conditioned by external expectations. The example of financial independence. Buffett's example highlights how anyone can achieve financial independence if they focus on what really matters: saving and investing wisely. Despite being a man of impressive wealth, his life is still aligned with the value of financial discipline and patience. This has allowed him to build lasting fortune without the need to succumb to social pressures of consumption and showing off. Buffett has always believed that true wealth is not measured by the amount of material things you own but by the freedom to do whatever you want without depending on a constant job or income source. This freedom is what has allowed him to live a full and satisfying life, without being trapped in the consumption race that often drags others down. Conclusion: the freedom to be yourself. Financial independence is not just about having enough money, it's about having control over how it's spent and invested. Warren Buffett has shown that true wealth comes from the ability to make intelligent financial decisions and live a life focused on what truly matters. His example is proof that financial independence and simplicity can go hand in hand, and that status is not what defines a successful person, but how they manage their money and financial life. This chapter leaves us with an important lesson. Financial freedom is not achieved by seeking social approval or accumulating material goods, but by having control over our finances, living within our means, and investing in what truly generates value. Financial independence is the path to a life of true success and fulfillment, and this is Warren Buffett's legacy. Chapter 10. The Myth of Inheritance. In this chapter, Alice Schroeder debunks one of the most persistent myths about the great millionaires: the idea that most fortunes, especially Warren Buffett's, come from family inheritances. Throughout his life, Buffett has witnessed how, on many occasions, people assume that someone like him must have received a large inheritance that paved the way to his wealth. However, Buffett has shown that true wealth is not inherited, but built through smart decisions, hard work, and a disciplined mindset. Buffett's story: a self-made man. While Warren Buffett came from a stable and educated family, his fortune was not the result of a substantial inheritance. His father, Howard Buffett, was a respected congressman and economist, but he did not leave a great fortune to his son. In fact, Howard Buffett lived relatively modestly, and his political and professional success did not translate into great personal wealth. Throughout his life, Warren Buffett made it clear that his success was not handed to him through an inheritance but earned through his own efforts. The real inheritance was more educational and emotional, through the values his family instilled in him and the lessons of hard work and financial discipline. From a young age, Buffett understood that real wealth is built, and that no one, no matter how famous their last name or how much inherited wealth they have, can achieve lasting success without personal effort. Throughout his life, he has worked tirelessly to build his empire, making prudent and systematic decisions, without relying on financial help from his family. The impact of inheritance on the perception of success. The myth that millionaires inherit their fortunes is not only deeply rooted in public perception, but it also distorts how individuals' achievements are valued. In Buffett's case, many people assumed his wealth was the result of a family inheritance, when in reality, what he built was the product of a life filled with smart decisions and personal sacrifice. This myth has also influenced how people interpret success in general. Instead of understanding that true success comes from creating value and practicing prudent financial management, many fall into the trap of thinking that only those born into wealthy families can accumulate great fortunes. By debunking this myth, Buffett reminds us that wealth creation is a process based on work, discipline, and focusing on the right principles. Buffett's philosophy: inheritance is not necessary. Buffett has always been clear that he did not expect a large inheritance from his parents. In fact, he has commented on numerous occasions that he didn't plan to leave large sums of money to his children, but rather to give them a good education and prepare them to be self-sufficient. He believes that children should not receive large inheritances because it takes away the value of hard work and the ability to make smart economic decisions. According to Buffett, the most important thing parents can pass on to their children is wisdom and values, not necessarily money. This approach is radically different from many wealthy families who, with good intentions, pass on large fortunes to the next generation without teaching them lessons on how to manage money or work for it. Buffett argues that financial independence is something that must be earned through hard work, not something that is received without effort. The myth of inheritance in popular culture. Throughout history, the myth that wealth is inherited has been perpetuated by stories of aristocratic families or great magnates who have passed on their fortunes to their descendants. This myth has created a false view of the reality of millionaires, making many believe that financial success is only accessible to those born into rich families. However, as demonstrated by Warren Buffett's example, this myth could not be further from the truth. In fact, most self-made millionaires have worked hard from a young age and made smart decisions to accumulate wealth. What distinguishes these individuals is not inheritance, but their ability to seize opportunities and make strategic decisions. Buffett's philanthropy. His approach to inheritance in society. Over the years, Buffett has been vocal about his approach to philanthropy. Instead of leaving large sums of money to his children, he has opted to donate the majority of his fortune to charitable organizations. Along with Bill Gates, Buffett launched the Giving Pledge initiative, in which he committed to donating at least half of his fortune to charitable causes. This act not only reflects his altruistic vision but also his belief that true wealth is not about accumulating money but using resources to improve others' lives. Buffett has also emphasized that future generations should not see wealth as a magic formula for success. Instead of living under the shadow of an inherited fortune, he believes that people should create their own path and earn the right to financial independence. Buffett's legacy: building wealth from scratch. The real lesson that Warren Buffett leaves us in this chapter is that wealth is not inherited. It is built through wise decisions and a disciplined approach to money. Although Buffett was fortunate to be part of an educated and stable family, his financial success was not the result of an inheritance, but rather the outcome of years of smart decisions and constant work. Buffett has built his empire from scratch and has shown that real wealth comes from the ability to invest wisely, seize long-term opportunities, and grow money strategically. In this way, Buffett's legacy is a reminder that, regardless of our initial circumstances, everyone has the capacity to create wealth through the right decisions. Conclusion: inheritance is not the path to wealth. This chapter teaches us one of the most important lessons about financial success. True wealth is not inherited. Although many people believe that inheritance is the key driver of wealth creation, Warren Buffett's example demonstrates that real wealth comes from strategic decisions and disciplined work over time. Buffett reminds us that the path to financial success is not determined by initial circumstances or how much money one receives, but by the ability to make wise decisions that allow wealth to accumulate steadily. Financial independence and wealth creation depend on our ability to grow our resources and take control of our financial decisions. Chapter 11. Why high income doesn't guarantee wealth. In this chapter, Alice Schroeder addresses one of the most widespread beliefs in modern society: the idea that earning a high income automatically guarantees wealth accumulation. Throughout his life, Warren Buffett has demonstrated that, while income can be an important part of the process, true wealth doesn't depend on how much money is earned, but on how that money is managed and invested. This chapter explores how many people, despite having high salaries, fail to accumulate wealth due to their spending decisions and lack of long-term financial strategy. The mistake of assuming high income creates wealth. One of the most common fallacies in modern society is the belief that if someone earns a lot of money, they will automatically be rich. This mindset feeds into the idea that money is the only variable for achieving economic success. However, as Buffett explains, income alone is not enough to guarantee wealth accumulation. What matters is what is done with that money. Buffett has observed that many people with high incomes remain financially unsustainable due to their lifestyle. The lack of control over spending, the tendency to live beyond their means, and the absence of financial discipline can prevent people with high salaries from building lasting wealth. Wealth accumulation is not about how much you earn, but about how much you save and invest. The consumption behavior, the mismatch between income and spending. The main problem with high income is that many people, upon earning more money, feel the need to spend more. This phenomenon is known as the mismatch between income and spending. As people earn more, they also tend to increase their spending, seeking to improve their quality of life through luxuries and material goods. This can lead to a constant cycle of spending and debt, where the money earned is quickly spent on things that don't create long-term value. Buffett, on the other hand, has made moderation and discipline his key principles. Despite being a billionaire, he has avoided excess and lived within his means throughout his life. This mindset of moderation has allowed him to save and invest efficiently, thus building long-term wealth. The message is clear: spending more money does not automatically create more wealth. What really matters is the ability to save and invest intelligently. The trap of lifestyle. One reason high income doesn't guarantee wealth is that many people fail to manage their finances properly due to the influence of what is called lifestyle. This phenomenon refers to the social pressure of living according to one's income level. Instead of saving and investing, people who earn a lot of money often feel compelled to spend on luxury items or experiences that seemingly reflect their success. This approach, as Buffett warns, is a trap. Instead of making smart financial decisions, many people with high incomes get caught in the consumption race, spending more than they earn in an attempt to show off their status or success. For Buffett, true wealth is not about showing what you have, but about making your money work for you through intelligent investments. The lesson of self-made millionaires. The contrast between people who earn a lot but fail to accumulate wealth and self-made millionaires like Warren Buffett lies in financial behavior. Many people with high incomes end up spending everything they earn, while millionaires like Buffett focus on saving and investing the majority of their money. Instead of spending on luxuries, they focus on growing their money consistently over time. Buffett often points out that it doesn't matter how much money you make if you don't have control over your spending. Prudent management of income and consistent investing are the keys to creating and maintaining wealth. Millionaires are not necessarily those who earn the most money, but those who keep their expenses under control and work to grow their savings. The magic of compounding: how to make income work for you. One of the keys to turning income into real wealth is understanding the power of compound interest. Warren Buffett has been a strong advocate of the idea that if you invest wisely and let compound interest work for you, your money will grow exponentially over time. Compound interest is a principle that allows the interest generated by an investment to be reinvested, leading to exponential growth of the initial investment. Buffett has accumulated his wealth not so much through direct earnings, but through his ability to invest wisely and let his money accumulate over the years. The key to doing this is making smart investment decisions at the right time and then being patient. Throughout his life, he has shown that money works for you when you make smart decisions, not when you spend it on things that quickly depreciate. The mistake of focusing only on income. A common mistake is thinking that if you earn large sums of money, there is no need to worry about spending. However, as Buffett demonstrates, the real challenge is managing money well, not just earning it. Many people with high incomes follow a scarcity mindset, where they fear they aren't earning enough. But financial success isn't about earning more, it's about spending less than we earn and investing the money we save wisely. Buffett has said on several occasions that the key to wealth accumulation lies in being prudent with expenses and investing in assets that generate constant income. Throughout his career, he has demonstrated that well-managed money can generate more money, while excessive spending and lack of control can destroy even the highest incomes. Conclusion: wealth doesn't depend on income, but on financial wisdom. This chapter reinforces the idea that high income does not guarantee wealth. The key to accumulating wealth and achieving financial independence lies in how you manage your income, rather than how much you receive. Warren Buffett has shown that true wealth is built through intelligent investing, disciplined spending, and the patience to let investments grow over time. It is not the amount of money we earn, but what we do with that money, that ultimately determines whether we achieve lasting wealth. Chapter 12. The Importance of Financial Education. In this chapter, Alice Schroeder explores how Warren Buffett, throughout his life, has been a fervent advocate of financial education as one of the keys to achieving economic success. Despite his astounding success, Buffett has always firmly believed that knowledge and constant education are what truly open the doors to wealth. This chapter reminds us that financial education is not only necessary for those who want to invest or build a fortune, but also for those who want to manage their finances responsibly and effectively. The love for reading, the foundation of Buffett's education. One of the most characteristic aspects of Warren Buffett is his love for reading. From a young age, Buffett developed the habit of reading, which has been one of the most powerful tools in his journey to success. Buffett has read thousands of books on business, economics, history, and psychology, and he attributes much of his success to the knowledge he gained through reading. In fact, he has stated that he spends the majority of his day reading, which allows him to stay informed and updated on best practices in financial markets. The love for reading is one of the main reasons Buffett has been able to make informed decisions and avoid costly mistakes. Through books, Buffett has learned from great investors and economists, which has allowed him to adapt his investment approach to changing market conditions. Reading has provided him with profound knowledge that has been crucial to his long-term success. Investing in knowledge is the best investment. Buffett is known for saying that the most important investment you can make is in yourself. This translates not only into academic knowledge but also into personal development and continuous learning. Throughout his life, he has demonstrated that financial education is not just about learning numbers or markets, but also about improving decision-making skills, thinking critically, and developing the ability to identify opportunities. Buffett has also emphasized that the true power of financial education is that it allows you to make decisions with confidence. Instead of following market trends or making impulsive decisions, financial education enables you to evaluate opportunities logically and rationally. Through his constant learning, Buffett has been able to build an investment approach that has allowed him to make smart and successful decisions throughout his career. The importance of learning from mistakes. A fundamental aspect of Buffett's financial education is his ability to learn from mistakes. Although Warren Buffett is recognized for his success, he has also made mistakes in his career, but what sets him apart is his ability to reflect on those mistakes and ensure that he doesn't repeat them. For him, mistakes are learning opportunities and are part of the decision-making process. Buffett has pointed out on multiple occasions that mistakes are inevitable in business and investing, but what matters is how we respond to them. Instead of denying his failures or blaming others, Buffett has used them as opportunities to refine his approach and move forward with greater wisdom. This attitude of learning from mistakes is crucial in financial education, as it helps people develop a resilient mindset and make more informed decisions in the long run. Financial education and market behavior. Buffett has also stressed the importance of having a deep understanding of the markets in order to succeed in investments. Instead of following momentary trends or acting impulsively, he advises investors to understand the fundamentals of the companies they invest in and the basic principles of finance. Financial education is not about seeking quick opportunities, but about understanding the long-term value of investments and making decisions that align with personal financial goals. Buffett has said that one of the most important principles of investing is not to lose money. To avoid this, it is essential to have a solid financial education that allows you to recognize risks, understand market fluctuations, and know when to buy and sell assets strategically. Financial education as a tool for empowerment. Buffett has also emphasized that financial education is a powerful tool for empowering people. When a person understands how money works, how to make smart investment decisions, and how to manage their personal finances, they have the ability to control their financial destiny. Financial education is not only important for investors but also for anyone who wants to have a healthier relationship with money and achieve financial independence. Financial knowledge gives people the ability to take control of their finances, save and invest wisely, and build a solid foundation for a stable financial future. For Buffett, money is just a tool, and the true power comes from having the knowledge to use it correctly. Continual education, the path to excellence. Throughout his life, Buffett has been a firm believer in continual education. Even though he is one of the wealthiest men in the world, he still dedicates time each day to learning. He has mentioned that his success is not only due to his investment ability but also to his capacity to learn and apply what he has learned. In this sense, financial education never ends. It is a continuous process of acquiring knowledge and adapting to new challenges. This mindset of constant learning has been key to maintaining Buffett's success over the decades. Instead of becoming stagnant, he has always sought ways to improve, whether in business, investments, or his personal life. Conclusion: financial education as the pillar of success. This chapter emphasizes one of the most important lessons Warren Buffett has shared throughout his career. Financial education is essential for success. The ability to make informed financial decisions and apply knowledge about markets and investments is what separates millionaires from those who seek to get rich quickly. Continual education and reflection on mistakes are fundamental tools for growth and long-term success. Buffett has shown that knowledge is the most valuable asset a person can have, and when applied correctly, it can generate lasting wealth. Financial education is not just about learning about money but also applying that knowledge to make smart decisions that help achieve financial independence and create a life of success and stability. Chapter 13: Work and Success: Self-Made Millionaires versus Heirs. In this chapter, Alice Schroeder compares self-made millionaires, such as Warren Buffett, with those who inherit their wealth. Throughout his life, Buffett has been an example of how hard work, financial discipline, and continual education can lead to economic success, while inheritance, though it provides an initial foundation, does not guarantee long-term wealth. This chapter explores how self-made millionaires have a different mindset from heirs of great fortunes and how, ultimately, work and strategic decisions determine financial success. The fundamental difference: work and effort. The main difference between self-made millionaires and heirs of large fortunes lies in the mindset and approach to money. While heirs receive their wealth passively, self-made millionaires build their fortunes through strategic decisions, hard work, and a long-term vision. For millionaires who have created their own wealth, the process is as valuable as the result. Buffett has always emphasized that, to create wealth, it is not enough simply to receive money. A disciplined and strategic approach is needed to grow that money over time. Instead of waiting for inheritances or relying on initial fortune, Buffett focused on capitalizing on investment opportunities and growing his wealth through smart, long-term actions. The mindset of heirs versus the mindset of self-made millionaires. Heirs often have privileged access to money, but this does not guarantee that they will maintain or increase that wealth over time. In fact, heirs often do not develop the necessary skills to manage wealth, which can lead them to lose it. Inherited wealth tends to foster a consumer mindset and a life of comfort, rather than a life focused on making wise financial decisions. On the other hand, self-made millionaires, like Buffett, have had to work to build their wealth, which has shaped a mindset of self-discipline and continual education. Over the years, Buffett has shown that the true secret of wealth is not receiving it but working to make it grow. Self-made millionaires are often more self-sufficient and concerned with growing their money responsibly, while heirs often depend on others to maintain their fortune. The importance of financial education for self-made millionaires. One of the reasons self-made millionaires tend to be more successful than heirs is that they enter the financial world with an educated mindset. Through financial education, self-made millionaires learn to make informed decisions, identify opportunities, and manage their assets wisely. This allows them not only to create wealth but also to preserve and expand it over time. Buffett has been a strong advocate of the idea that knowledge is power, and those who seek to educate themselves about personal finance and investments have a significant advantage over those who simply depend on an inherited income source. The ability to understand how money works and how to invest it intelligently is what allows self-made millionaires to maintain their wealth and continue growing it over time. The difference in spending habits. Heirs of great fortunes often feel the pressure to maintain a high social status. This can lead them to make impulsive spending decisions, focused more on showing wealth than on preserving and growing it. The pressure to live up to social and family expectations can lead to a lavish lifestyle, which jeopardizes the future of the fortune. On the other hand, self-made millionaires like Buffett understand the importance of living below their means. Buffett has lived a modest life and emphasized that the key to lasting wealth is not spending more than necessary and investing wisely. This allows them to preserve their capital, reinvest it in business opportunities, and continue growing their wealth over the long term without being trapped in the consumer race. The perseverance and patience factor. One of the biggest differences between self-made millionaires and heirs is perseverance. Millionaires who have created their own wealth not only have to make smart decisions, but they must also be patient and persistent. Creating wealth does not happen overnight. It's about making intelligent decisions and then waiting for those decisions to bear fruit in the long term. Buffett has shown that patience and perseverance are essential ingredients in the process of building wealth. Throughout his career, he has maintained a long-term vision in all of his investment decisions, avoiding the temptation of quick profits and betting on companies that generate lasting value. This mindset has allowed him to withstand market volatility and seize opportunities that others don't see. The risk of comfort, how heirs can lose their wealth. A common problem among heirs is that they may become too comfortable with their financial situation. Having a constant, effortless source of income can lead to a lack of appreciation for financial management and a carefree approach to their assets. This can lead to irresponsible decisions or even the loss of a fortune due to a lack of financial discipline. Buffett, who has worked hard to build his wealth, understands that effort and discipline are necessary to maintain wealth, and that without constant management, even the largest fortunes can disappear quickly. This understanding is what has allowed him to continue growing his wealth for more than half a century. Conclusion: work as the key to financial success. This chapter underscores the idea that true wealth does not come from receiving money but from working to earn it and managing it wisely. Warren Buffett has demonstrated that economic independence and wealth creation depend on financial education, patience, perseverance, and the ability to grow money intelligently. The work and dedication mindset is what sets self-made millionaires apart from heirs. While heirs may have the privilege of an initial fortune, it is the self-made millionaires who truly understand how to create, maintain, and grow their wealth over time. Chapter 14. The most common businesses of millionaires. In this chapter, Alice Schroeder examines the types of businesses in which millionaires typically get involved and how these businesses have not only been fundamental to their success but also reflect the main investment philosophies of Warren Buffett. Throughout his life, Buffett has demonstrated that solid businesses, offering products or services with lasting value, are the ones that guarantee continuous and stable economic growth. In this chapter, we discover what characteristics millionaires look for in businesses and how they have become so successful in building their empires. Investment philosophy: businesses with sustainable value models. One of the most notable characteristics of Warren Buffett's investment approach is his focus on businesses with simple and predictable business models. Buffett prefers to invest in companies that offer essential products or services with a sustainable competitive advantage and are led by responsible and ethical leaders. Throughout his career, Buffett has avoided getting involved in speculative or high-risk industries, preferring businesses that generate stable and growing income over time. Buffett has invested in companies like Coca-Cola, American Express, and Gillette, which possess clear competitive advantages, such as strong brands and business models offering essential products to consumers. These businesses have lasting value, allowing them to remain profitable over the years, even in times of economic uncertainty. Consistency is key in Buffett's investment decisions, and he seeks companies that have a steady flow of income. Businesses that generate cash flow. Buffett has been a strong advocate of businesses that generate a steady cash flow. Throughout his career, he has invested in companies that produce products or services with constant demand, allowing them to generate positive cash flow year after year. This is crucial for his investment strategy, as cash flow enables companies to reinvest in their growth, pay dividends, and maintain consistent value. Companies that generate steady cash flow are less vulnerable to market fluctuations, as their profitability does not depend on short-term economic conditions. Instead, they focus on creating lasting value that translates into sustained growth. This has been one of the key reasons Buffett prefers to invest in companies with predictable business models, rather than entering more volatile or high-risk sectors. Businesses that promote innovation and value creation. Although Buffett prefers companies with simple and predictable business models, he also values those businesses that promote innovation and continuous improvement. Throughout his career, Buffett has invested in companies that not only offer essential products but also are willing to adapt to changes and improve their products and services to maintain their competitive advantage. For example, companies like Apple and Berkshire Hathaway, his own company, have shown that, while their core business models are simple, they are always innovating to stay relevant in the market. Apple, with its focus on technology and innovation, has revolutionized the way people interact with electronic devices. Berkshire Hathaway, for its part, has grown through the acquisition of businesses that are not only profitable but also in sectors with constant demand, such as insurance, railroads, and consumer products. Investment in companies with a culture of responsibility. One of the key aspects that Buffett considers when investing in a business is its corporate culture. For him, a strong leadership team and a company culture based on ethical principles are fundamental to ensuring long-term success. Buffett has made it clear that he prefers to invest in companies with responsible leaders who prioritize the well-being of their employees, respect for the environment, and social responsibility. Buffett has invested in companies where ethical values are an integral part of the organizational culture. He believes that a company that acts with integrity and prioritizes long-term value will perform better in the long run. In this sense, business ethics plays a key role in Buffett's selection of companies to invest in. This approach has been an integral part of his investment strategy, as companies that act responsibly have fewer legal risks and are more sustainable over time. Controlled diversification, not investing in too many businesses. Although Buffett is known for his diversified investment approach, he is also a strong advocate for controlled diversification. Instead of over-diversifying, Buffett focuses on investing in a limited number of businesses that he completely understands. For him, the key is to deeply comprehend the businesses in which he invests, rather than diversifying into too many sectors without proper knowledge of them. Buffett has said that, while diversification may be useful for some investors, he prefers a more focused approach. Investing in companies that he fully understands allows him to make informed decisions based on concrete data, minimizing risk and increasing the chances of success. This concentrated investment approach has been a key factor in his success, as it has allowed him to maximize returns on the businesses of his choice. Consumer businesses, companies with constant demand. One of the most common sectors in which Warren Buffett invests is consumer businesses, as they have constant demand. Consumer products, such as beverages and food, are always on the minds of consumers and have continuous demand, making them very stable businesses over the long term. Companies like Coca-Cola, McDonald's, and Procter & Gamble have been some of Buffett's most profitable investments due to their predictable business model and constant demand. In addition to stability, these companies also benefit from economies of scale. Being large global companies, they can reduce costs and increase margins, which enables them to generate higher profits in the long term. For Buffett, these characteristics are essential when selecting companies for his investment portfolio. Conclusion: selecting solid and profitable businesses. This chapter emphasizes the importance of investing in solid businesses, with predictable business models, steady cash flow, and a responsible corporate culture. Warren Buffett has demonstrated throughout his career that smart investment decisions are based on a deep understanding of the businesses in which one invests. By focusing on companies with sustainable competitive advantages, ethical values, and profitable business models, Buffett has built lasting wealth. For future investors, the chapter makes the key lesson clear. Investing in companies with a clear purpose and a stable business model is one of the safest paths to financial success. The business must be sustainable and capable of generating value over the long term, not just a passing opportunity or a momentary trend. Chapter 15. The Role of Family in Wealth Creation. In this chapter, Alice Schroeder explores how Warren Buffett's family has influenced his path to success. Although Buffett is known for being a self-sufficient figure and for building his fortune through intelligent financial decisions, his family played a pivotal role in shaping his values, principles, and approach to money. The importance of family in the process of wealth accumulation is a central theme in Buffett's life, and this chapter reveals how his family experiences helped shape his financial mindset. The impact of his parents, work ethics and responsibility. Warren Buffett grew up in a family where hard work, responsibility, and respect for money were fundamental values. His father, Howard Buffett, was a congressman and economist with strong principles, while his mother, Layla Buffett, was a strong-willed woman who also contributed to the home environment. Both parents taught Warren the importance of managing money responsibly and making good use of family resources. Howard Buffett, in particular, had a profound influence on his son's financial development. Despite his political career and professional success, Howard lived modestly and never succumbed to ostentatious consumption. This prudent approach to money was one of the key lessons Warren Buffett learned at an early age. Although his family wasn't wealthy in material possessions, their home was full of strong values about money management and the importance of living within one's means. The influence of education and family philosophy. Throughout his life, Warren Buffett has emphasized the importance of education in his family. Both his parents and sisters shared a mindset focused on knowledge and continuous learning. In the Buffett household, books were a constant presence, and reading was encouraged as a means of personal and professional growth. Howard Buffett taught Warren to think strategically, value financial discipline, and be critical of the decisions he made. Buffett has also mentioned that the family philosophy surrounding money was simple: work hard, be honest, and spend wisely. This teaching was crucial in shaping Warren's responsible business mindset, focused on saving and investing rather than succumbing to the desire to consume and spend beyond necessity. The influence of family in creating a legacy. Family not only played a formative role in Warren Buffett's life but has also been crucial in his approach to creating a legacy. Despite his enormous wealth, Buffett has repeatedly stated that he has no plans to leave a large inheritance to his children. Rather than leaving them large sums of money, Buffett has ensured that his children enter adulthood with a solid understanding of money and the knowledge necessary to be responsible for their own finances. Buffett has made the decision to donate the majority of his fortune to charitable causes rather than passing it directly to his family. Along with Bill and Melinda Gates, Buffett launched the Giving Pledge, committing to donate at least 99% of his fortune to social causes. For him, the most important thing is not leaving money to his children, but ensuring they receive the proper education to manage their own financial lives. Forming the family mindset, work and wisdom. Despite his focus on not leaving large inheritances, the influence of Buffett's family on his mindset and approach to money was key to his success. The financial education and life lessons he received from his parents and close relatives allowed him to understand what it means to achieve long-term success and how to use money to create value, not just to enjoy immediate luxuries. Buffett has been very open about the importance of the family values that shaped him, highlighting his father's influence on decision-making and how he faced life. Humility and prudence were values his family taught him from a young age, and these principles remain a cornerstone in his professional and personal life. Growing up in an environment of hard work, resilience, and a culture of saving, Buffett internalized these principles and consistently applied them throughout his career. Family dynamics in the context of wealth. One of the important lessons of this chapter is how family dynamics can influence perceptions of wealth and attitudes toward money. While many families may fall into the trap of passing on material wealth without teaching children about the value of work and financial management, Buffett's family was intentional in instilling solid financial responsibility principles. Buffett has made it clear that his goal is not to create an inheritance of wealth, but rather to teach his children to be responsible and self-sufficient. This lesson has a profound impact, as it emphasizes that true success does not come only from accumulating money, but from the ability to make smart decisions and live with purpose. The Buffett family values, ethics, and responsibility. Finally, Warren Buffett's family also played a key role in instilling the importance of ethics and responsibility. Buffett has said that his greatest inheritance for his children is not money, but the values he has passed on to them, such as honesty, respect for money, and compassion for others. Business ethics have been fundamental in the way Buffett has conducted his business and investments. He focuses not only on financial profits but also ensures that the companies in which he invests operate with integrity and that their leaders are responsible. For him, money is not just a measure of personal success, but a tool to create value and do good in the world. Conclusion: the family influence in building wealth. This chapter underscores that wealth creation depends not only on external factors like formal education or investment decisions but also on family values and principles. Warren Buffett has shown that financial education received at home, combined with discipline, humility, and hard work, is crucial in building lasting wealth. Although Buffett has chosen not to leave large material inheritances to his family, the legacy he has created is much more valuable: a mindset of financial independence, a focus on continuous learning, and a commitment to ethical responsibility. These principles, passed down by his family, have been key to his success and continue to guide his decisions today. This chapter not only shows how family can influence the path to financial success but also how strong family values can be a powerful tool in building a meaningful legacy. Chapter 16: The Value of Time, Energy, and Money. In this chapter, Alice Schroeder delves into how Warren Buffett views three of the most valuable resources in life: time, energy, and money. Through his life and business approach, Buffett has shown that while money is a crucial part of wealth creation, time and energy are equally, if not more, important. This chapter explores how Buffett has managed to use these resources wisely to maximize his success and how we can all apply these principles to improve our own finances and quality of life. Time as a scarce and valuable resource. Buffett has said on several occasions that time is, without a doubt, the most valuable resource we have. Unlike money, time cannot be recovered once it's spent, so it must be used wisely. Throughout his life, Buffett has been extremely selective about how he spends his time, which has allowed him to focus on activities that truly matter and have the greatest potential to create long-term value. One of the key lessons Buffett teaches is that when it comes to money and time, the right approach is not to seek to earn as quickly as possible, but to take the time to learn and analyze opportunities before making a decision. In his investments, Buffett is famous for his patience and his ability to wait for the right moment to make decisions. This management of time has been one of the keys to his success, as it has allowed him to focus on what matters and avoid unnecessary distractions. The intelligent use of energy. Time is not the only resource that must be managed wisely. Energy also plays a crucial role in the success of any individual, and Buffett understands this very well. Throughout his career, he has maintained a disciplined routine that allows him to conserve his mental and physical energy to make important decisions and focus on the right opportunities. While many entrepreneurs get lost in the chaos of multitasking, Buffett has emphasized that long-term success comes from concentrating on a few key activities that truly make a difference. Buffett has ensured that his energy is aligned with his values and goals. It is often said that one should avoid tasks that do not add long-term value, and Buffett is a strong advocate for delegating activities that are not critical to his mission. He prefers to devote his energy and attention to decisions that directly impact his business and investments, while delegating the rest to other people who are more qualified for those tasks. Money, the tool to maximize time and energy. Despite being known for his austere and frugal approach, Warren Buffett understands that money is a powerful tool to enhance the impact of time and energy. Throughout his career, he has used his money not only to invest in companies but also to delegate tasks, pay experts, and gain access to resources that allow him to leverage his time more efficiently. Buffett has recognized that, in many cases, money can be used as a means to maximize efficiency. By investing in competent teams, optimized processes, and companies with scalable business models, he has managed to increase the performance of his investments without having to sacrifice much of his time and energy. In other words, money allows him to have more free time to focus on what truly matters, like his key investments and creating long-term value. The importance of priority. One of the most valuable lessons from this chapter is how Buffett organizes his life based on the correct priorities. He knew that not everything is worth pursuing, and that in order to succeed, it was necessary to say no to many things that could have diverted his attention or drained his energy. Buffett is famous for maintaining an extremely simple and focused agenda. Instead of accepting social commitments, unnecessary meetings, or work distractions, he has learned to focus solely on the activities that bring him closer to his goals. Prioritization is crucial to Buffett's success, and this approach can be applied by anyone who wants to be more efficient with their time, energy, and money. Instead of scattering himself between multiple tasks or unimportant activities, Buffett has learned to concentrate on what really matters and make decisions that are aligned with his values and long-term goals. Leveraging long-term time. The power of compounding. Buffett's philosophy on time is also related to his focus on compounding. Just like with investments, Buffett understands that when it comes to growing resources, both money and time can work for you if managed correctly. Throughout his career, he has shown that patience and a long-term focus are essential for harnessing the power of compounding. Buffett has used time as a tool to allow his investments to grow exponentially. Rather than seeking quick results, he has preferred to let compound interest work for him. This long-term mindset is what has allowed him to achieve consistent returns for over 60 years, accumulating an impressive fortune without the need to seek quick profits or take unnecessary risks. How Buffett manages his time and energy on a daily basis. A key part of Buffett's strategy is his focus on daily routines that allow him to maximize his time and energy. He is known for starting his day early, dedicating most of his time to reading and reflection. Buffett believes that information is key to making smart decisions, and he spends at least 5 hours a day reading articles, financial reports, and books that help him stay informed and identify new investment opportunities. In addition to his dedication to learning, Buffett also ensures that his priorities are clear and that he is not distracted by irrelevant activities. He maintains a simple, minimalist lifestyle, avoiding multitasking and focusing on tasks that truly add value to his life and business. This approach has allowed him to maximize his efficiency and achieve success without having to sacrifice his time and energy on unproductive activities. Conclusion: manage time, energy, and money wisely. This chapter underscores the importance of managing wisely the most valuable resources we have: time, energy, and money. Warren Buffett has demonstrated that, in order to succeed, it is necessary to prioritize what truly matters, use money as a tool to maximize resources, and invest time and energy efficiently in the right decisions. Buffett teaches us that a disciplined, long-term approach is the key to harnessing the power of compounding, both in finances and in personal life. By dedicating time to what truly matters, delegating what shouldn't be done, and using money strategically, we can optimize our resources and achieve success more effectively and sustainably. Chapter 17. The Investment Strategy of Millionaires. In this chapter, Alice Schroeder analyzes the investment strategy that has made Warren Buffett one of the most successful investors in the world. The way Buffett selects and manages his investments is unique and based on a set of solid principles that have guided him throughout his career. In this chapter, we discover how long-term thinking, discipline, and fundamental business valuation play a crucial role in creating wealth for self-made millionaires. Value investing. Seeking undervalued companies. One of the key characteristics of Warren Buffett's investment strategy is his focus on value investing. Instead of buying stocks of companies based on fads or trends, Buffett focuses on finding companies that are undervalued by the market but have great long-term potential. His goal is to invest in companies with strong business models, competent management teams, and sustainable competitive advantages, known as moats. Buffett looks for companies that can maintain their competitiveness over the years, allowing them to generate stable and growing revenues over time. A famous example of this is his investment in Coca-Cola, which is not only a globally recognized brand but also has a very strong economic moat due to its market dominance and strength in distribution. Long-term thinking. Investing in companies forever. A fundamental principle in Buffett's investment strategy is his focus on long-term thinking. Unlike many investors who seek quick gains or try to capitalize on market volatility, Buffett invests in companies he believes can generate value for decades. For him, patience is key. Instead of selling when the stock price temporarily rises, Buffett prefers to hold his investment for the long term, trusting that the company will continue to grow and generate solid profits over time. Buffett often quotes Benjamin Graham, his mentor, who taught the importance of investing with a long-term approach. For Buffett, once he invests in a company, it is not a speculative game but a commitment to that investment over the long term. This long-term investment mindset has allowed him to withstand market volatility and take advantage of growth opportunities that many other investors do not see. Emotional control, the psychology of investing. One of the most important elements of Buffett's investment strategy is his ability to control emotions and make rational decisions, even when the market is volatile or undergoing an economic crisis. Unlike many investors who are driven by panic or euphoria, Buffett remains calm and focused on analyzing the businesses in which he invests, rather than following the irrational behavior of the market. Buffett has mentioned that one of the biggest mistakes investors make is acting impulsively, whether out of fear or greed. Instead, he follows his value-based investment strategy and ensures that his decisions are not influenced by momentary emotions, but by solid fundamentals. For Buffett, the psychology of investing is crucial because emotional decisions can lead to costly mistakes. Investing in what you know, the circle of competence approach. Buffett is known for his conservative approach to diversifying his investments. Unlike many investors who broadly diversify their portfolio to reduce risk, Buffett prefers to focus on industries and companies he fully understands. This concept is known as his circle of competence. Buffett's circle of competence consists of businesses and industries that he deeply understands and has experience in. By concentrating on what he knows, Buffett can make informed decisions and avoid unnecessary risks. While he occasionally invests in new sectors, he always ensures that he understands the fundamentals of the businesses he invests in. This approach has been key to his success, as it has allowed him to avoid market fads and focus on sustainable, long-term businesses. Diversification is important, but for Buffett, specialization in his circle of competence is what has allowed him to maximize returns and avoid unnecessary losses. The importance of revaluation and compound interest. One of the main reasons Buffett has been so successful is his ability to identify companies that increase in value over time, allowing his money to be reinvested and grow exponentially. This is due to compound interest, the process by which the returns on investments are reinvested and generate even more returns. Buffett effectively utilizes compound interest, which has allowed him to achieve extraordinary returns over decades. Instead of seeking quick sales or immediate profits, Buffett focuses on companies with sustained growth potential and lets compound interest work its magic. This long-term investment mentality has been a key driver of Buffett's wealth accumulation throughout his career. Reinventing opportunities, capitalizing on crises to invest. Throughout his career, Buffett has proven to be a contrarian investor, meaning he knows how to take advantage of crises and market downturns to invest in opportunities others might overlook. Instead of following the crowd during a recession, Buffett sees moments of crisis as buying opportunities. For example, during the 2008 financial crisis, Buffett took advantage of market declines to invest in large companies at discounted prices. During these times, many investors became fearful and sold their assets, but Buffett saw the opportunity to acquire solid assets at low prices, knowing that companies would eventually recover and grow. This approach has allowed Buffett to maximize his returns, as crises are often followed by market recoveries. In this way, he has shown that market downturns are not the end of the world, but an opportunity for patient and well-informed investors. Conclusion: Buffett's investment strategy. This chapter reinforces the main lessons of Warren Buffett's investment strategy: value investing, long-term thinking, emotional control, and leveraging compound interest. Throughout his career, Buffett has demonstrated that financial success does not come from chasing trends or taking unnecessary risks, but from making rational decisions based on solid principles. The key to his strategy is investing in companies that generate consistent value over time, being patient, and resilient to market volatility. By focusing on simple and predictable businesses and maintaining a long-term vision, Buffett has built a lasting fortune. The central message of this chapter is clear: to achieve financial success, it is necessary to follow a disciplined investment strategy centered around value, patience, and emotional control. Chapter 18. The Importance of Perseverance and Sacrifice. In this chapter, Alice Schroeder delves into one of the key qualities in Warren Buffett's life: perseverance. While Buffett is known for his financial brilliance and strategic decisions, his persistence and dedication over the years have been essential in achieving the level of success he has attained. Buffett's perseverance is reflected not only in his successful investments but also in his ability to overcome obstacles, learn from failures, and continue working tirelessly toward his goals. This chapter also highlights the sacrifice that is sometimes necessary to achieve financial success and how steadfastness in making long-term decisions has been fundamental to his career. The concept of perseverance, not giving up at the first difficulty. One of Warren Buffett's most remarkable traits is his ability to persevere. Throughout his life, Buffett has faced numerous challenges but has remained focused on the long term and overcome obstacles with determination. Like any successful investor, Buffett has had moments of failure and doubt, but what sets him apart is his ability to learn from those failures and keep moving forward. Buffett believes that perseverance is more important than natural talent. He often points out that many people become demotivated when faced with difficulties, but he never gave up. Throughout his career, he has demonstrated that success is not solely dependent on skill or luck, but on the ability to keep working toward your goals, even when things don't seem to be going well. Sacrifice, giving up instant gratification. Another key aspect of Buffett's approach is sacrifice. Throughout his life, Buffett has made tough decisions that required giving up instant gratification in exchange for long-term benefits. In the early years of his career, Buffett made personal and professional sacrifices, including foregoing a higher salary and working long hours, all with the goal of growing his investments and building his fortune. Buffett is known for living frugally, despite his great wealth. His lack of interest in luxury and his focus on saving and investing are clear examples of how he prioritized long-term goals over immediate rewards. Instead of spending his money on material goods or fleeting experiences, Buffett preferred to invest in his future and in opportunities that could generate long-term returns. This sacrifice-oriented approach applies not only to money but also to his time. Buffett has always been very selective about the activities he engages in and the people he associates with, understanding that his time is one of his most valuable resources. This discipline and focus on what truly matters have been crucial to his success. Learning from mistakes. How perseverance overcomes failure. One of the greatest lessons Buffett teaches about perseverance is that mistakes are inevitable, but what matters is learning from them. Throughout his career, Buffett has made mistakes, both in his investment decisions and in his personal judgments, but he has always used them as learning opportunities. For him, failure is not the end, but merely a part of the process toward success. Buffett has mentioned that one of his main achievements has been learning not to fear failure. Instead of hiding mistakes or blaming external factors, he has acknowledged them, analyzed them, and adjusted his approach. This attitude of learning from failures, rather than giving up, has been key to his ability to overcome challenges and continue investing in new opportunities. The value of patience in perseverance. Buffett's perseverance is not just about continuing to work despite failures, but also about being patient and waiting for the right moment to act. Throughout his career, he has been extremely patient in waiting for the best investment opportunities, without succumbing to the temptation of acting impulsively. Buffett has said that patience is one of the most important virtues for success. Instead of buying impulsively or selling in panic, he has learned to wait and make decisions based on a deep analysis of the situation. This patience also extends to his long-term investment approach. He knows that if he invests in solid businesses, time will be his ally and his investments will appreciate over time. Patience is also reflected in the way Buffett has managed market ups and downs. Instead of following the market's trend and selling when stocks drop, Buffett stands firm in his decisions and waits for his investments to mature, trusting that his initial analysis was correct. Personal sacrifice. Focus on hard work. Personal sacrifice has also played an important role in Warren Buffett's life. In his youth, Buffett decided to dedicate many hours to his work, which allowed him to learn faster and gain a greater understanding of business and finance. He knew that success would not come simply by waiting, but that he had to invest time and effort in learning and applying his knowledge. Throughout his life, Buffett has made sacrifices in his personal and social life to focus on his investments. While he is known for having a strong sense of humor and a friendly personality, he has acknowledged that his focus on work has been one of the reasons for his success. In the end, sacrificing his personal time for the long-term goal has been worthwhile, as he has built an impressive fortune that continues to grow. The perseverance mindset, facing difficulties with strength. Buffett has shown that success does not come without challenges. Perseverance is needed not only to overcome obstacles but to face them with a positive and constructive mindset. Rather than being caught up by difficulties, Buffett sees every challenge as an opportunity to improve and move forward. This resilient mindset is key to his approach to life and business. Instead of giving up in the face of difficulties, Buffett ensures that he stays focused on his goals and his long-term vision. Throughout his career, he has demonstrated that perseverance is not only an important quality in business but also in personal life, and is essential for achieving any kind of lasting success. Conclusion: perseverance and sacrifice in building wealth. This chapter highlights the qualities that Warren Buffett considers essential for achieving financial and personal success: perseverance and sacrifice. Through his life and career, Buffett has shown that true success does not come from seeking quick gains, but from staying focused, learning from failures, and working consistently and disciplined toward long-term goals. Perseverance is essential not only in business but also in managing personal time, energy, and money. By working tirelessly, being patient, and prioritizing what really matters, anyone can build lasting wealth and overcome obstacles that may arise on the path to success. Chapter 19. The Mistake of Living on Credit. In this chapter, Alice Schroeder addresses one of the most common and harmful financial mistakes many people make: living on credit. This behavior, though seemingly harmless or even necessary in some cases, can be a significant obstacle to accumulating wealth and achieving financial independence. Warren Buffett, known for his prudent and disciplined approach to finances, has demonstrated time and again that true economic success comes from living within your means and avoiding unnecessary debt. This chapter explores how the lack of control over personal finances and the excessive use of credit can derail financial goals, and how Buffett has managed to avoid this mistake throughout his life. The cost of credit, debt, and uncontrolled spending. Buffett has been a strong advocate for saving and smart investing, but one of the behaviors he has observed with concern is the excessive use of credit. Living on credit, meaning spending money you do not have instead of saving and investing, is a habit that can lead to overwhelming debt and a cycle of uncontrolled spending. Many people, especially those who have not been financially educated, turn to credit as a way to maintain their lifestyle or acquire material goods they cannot afford immediately. Buffett has insisted that borrowed money, such as credit cards or personal loans, can be very tempting, but the cost of interest and the lack of control over spending can create a financial trap. Instead of being a means to achieve stability, credit can become a financial burden that limits long-term financial freedom. Warren Buffett's lesson: live within your means. One of the main lessons Buffett has taught throughout his life is the importance of living below your means. Despite being one of the richest people in the world, Buffett has maintained a surprisingly modest lifestyle. He lives in a simple house in Omaha and, despite having access to a great deal of resources, he does not spend on unnecessary luxuries. For Buffett, the concept of living below your means is not only a strategy to keep finances healthy but also a principle that allows people to save and invest enough to build long-term wealth. Financial discipline is essential to maintain this approach, and it is the reason why many people with high incomes fail to accumulate wealth, because their spending rises alongside their income. Buffett reminds us that earned money must be managed prudently. The idea is to spend only what is necessary and save a significant portion of income, which should then be invested to ensure long-term growth of that wealth. If someone lives beyond their means, their ability to save and invest is compromised, and credit becomes a tool that, instead of helping, harms personal finances. The credit cycle: debts that cannot be paid. Easy credit can lead many people into the debt cycle. This cycle begins when a person buys things they cannot afford and pays for these purchases with borrowed money. Over time, the interest on these debts grows, making it harder to pay off the original debts. For many, this creates a debt cycle in which they are never able to fully escape debt, as there are always new payments to make. Buffett has been very vocal about the danger of relying on credit cards and living on credit, as this can lead to a lack of control over finances and create financial stress that can last for years. Instead, he has recommended that, rather than borrowing, people should focus on working with what they have and saving enough to be able to buy what they need without resorting to debt. Financial independence begins with the ability to live within one's means and avoid the temptation to use credit as a way to cushion the cost of a high lifestyle. Compound interest, the danger of accumulated debt. One of the most dangerous aspects of credit is compound interest on debt. While compound interest can be an ally when used to grow investments, it can become an enemy when applied to accumulated debt. For example, if a person has credit card debt, the compound interest on that debt can significantly increase the total amount owed, leading to an unsustainable financial situation. Buffett has warned about the impact high interest rates can have on personal finances. High-interest debts, such as credit cards, can generate additional financial costs that are difficult to overcome. Accumulated debt can eat away at earned money, preventing a person from saving and investing for the future. The importance of saving and investing. Building wealth wisely. Rather than living on credit, Buffett has promoted a philosophy of prudent saving and investing. His approach is based on the idea that money should work for you. This means that saving should not be viewed as an end in itself, but as a means to invest in assets that generate value over time. Through strategic investments, Buffett has built a fortune over decades, while those who live on credit find themselves trapped in a cycle of debt and spending that prevents them from achieving financial independence. Buffett has been very clear that earned money should be invested wisely to grow exponentially. Through his focus on stable companies and durable business models, Buffett has shown that by investing correctly, it is possible to generate sustainable wealth without the need to live on credit. The key lesson is that money should be directed toward investments that generate long-term returns, not spent unnecessarily or borrowed to maintain a lifestyle beyond what is affordable. Conclusion: breaking the credit cycle. This chapter highlights how credit can be a dangerous tool if not managed properly. The main mistake is assuming that borrowed money can be spent without consequences. Buffett has demonstrated that financial success is based on living within your means, saving, and investing wisely. Breaking the debt cycle is one of the first keys to achieving financial independence and creating lasting wealth. The fundamental lesson is clear: avoid living on credit, manage money prudently, and use credit only for well-founded investment opportunities. Financial discipline and focus on saving and investing are what truly build long-term wealth. Chapter 20. Conclusion: anyone can do it. This final chapter wraps up the journey through the principles and teachings that Warren Buffett has shared throughout his life, both in his approach to finance and wealth creation. Through his story, work ethic, and investment philosophy, Buffett makes it clear that anyone has the capacity to achieve financial success, as long as they follow certain key principles and maintain a disciplined and strategic approach to their financial decisions. Wealth creation is a slow but sure process. One of Buffett's main teachings is that wealth creation is not a fast or easy process. It is the result of working with patience and perseverance over many years. Buffett has never sought quick profits or followed the trend of financial speculation. Instead, he has adopted a long-term investment philosophy where prudent and well-founded decisions generate sustainable results over time. Rather than following fads or trying to profit from fleeting trends, Buffett has emphasized that true financial success comes from taking the time to understand businesses, carefully evaluate opportunities, and have the patience to allow investments to mature and grow organically. The value of knowledge and continuous education. Another essential point highlighted in this chapter is the importance of continuous education. Throughout his career, Buffett has shown that knowledge is one of the most powerful tools a person can have at their disposal. Daily reading, constantly seeking information, and learning from mistakes are elements that have allowed Buffett to make informed and successful investment decisions. Buffett believes that financial education is not something that can be learned once, but must be a long-term commitment. Every lesson learned, even failures, can become opportunities to improve decision-making in the future. Knowledge is the pillar on which a solid foundation for wealth is built. Living below your means and avoiding credit. Buffett has reiterated time and again the importance of living below your means, regardless of the income you generate. Responsible spending is key to achieving financial independence, as it allows you to save and invest, which over time generates a wealth accumulation that does not depend on immediate income. Moreover, avoiding living on credit has been one of Buffett's most valuable teachings. Despite his immense fortune, he has lived with a frugal mindset and has avoided excessive spending on luxuries. Debt can be a dangerous tool if not managed properly, and Buffett has shown that controlling personal finances and being prudent with money are essential for maintaining and growing wealth. Perseverance as the key to success. Another key aspect of Buffett's philosophy is perseverance. Throughout his life, Buffett has faced difficulties and failures, but his ability to move forward, learn from his mistakes, and remain true to his vision has led him to success. Perseverance is a fundamental pillar for anyone who wishes to achieve financial success. Challenges should not be seen as barriers but as learning opportunities that, over time, can lead to improvement and growth. Buffett has often said that time is one of the most valuable resources in business, and that perseverance and patience are key to allowing investments to grow and multiply. The ability to wait for the right moment to act and make long-term strategic decisions is what sets apart those who build lasting wealth from those who seek immediate profits. Anyone can be successful if they follow the right principles. In the end, the lesson Buffett wants to convey is that anyone can achieve financial success if they follow the right principles. Success is not reserved only for a few lucky individuals or those with large amounts of money to begin with. It's about following a disciplined and strategic approach based on financial education, patience, perseverance, and wisdom in managing resources. Buffett has shown that lasting wealth is achievable for anyone willing to work consistently and make the right choices over time. For Buffett, money is not an end in itself but a tool to achieve economic independence, freedom, and the ability to live a full life without being burdened by financial worries. Conclusion: the legacy of Warren Buffett. This chapter concludes with a reflection on the legacy of Warren Buffett. Throughout his career, Buffett has not only built an impressive fortune but has left a legacy of wisdom on how to manage money, investments, and life itself. His approach has always been about building wealth responsibly, and through his example he has demonstrated that financial success is not a matter of luck or a multimillion-dollar inheritance but of smart decisions, continuous education, and a disciplined attitude towards money. Buffett leaves us with a clear lesson: anyone can do it, as long as they are willing to invest in themselves, learn constantly, and have the patience and perseverance needed to achieve their goals. The path to wealth is long, but by following the principles Buffett has demonstrated, anyone can have the opportunity to create a solid and lasting financial future. And with that, we come to the end of The Millionaire Next Door by Thomas Stanley and William Danko. I hope this audiobook has given you a new perspective on what it truly means to build wealth and how, through small changes in our behavior, discipline, and decisions, anyone can achieve financial independence. The success stories we shared throughout this book are not stories of luck, but examples of people who, with a consistent, smart, and long-term approach, achieved what many consider almost impossible. The real lesson here is that wealth is not measured only by the money you have, but by the ability to make sound decisions and live within your means, which, as we saw, is a fundamental principle of the millionaires who have truly succeeded. Taking control of your finances, prioritizing savings, investing, and avoiding falling into the trap of living on credit are steps we can all take to improve our financial situation. I would like to invite you to reflect on how you can apply these principles in your own life. What areas of your personal economy need improvement? Are you making decisions that bring you closer to your goals or that steer you away from them? This is the perfect moment to take action, apply what you've learned, and take the first step towards a safer and more solid financial future. If this content has inspired you and you want to keep learning about how to improve your personal finances, don't forget to subscribe to our Audio Mentors channel, where we continue to share more audiobooks, practical tips, and strategies to help you make informed financial decisions, build wealth, and live a life of freedom and success. I also encourage you to share this audiobook with those who you think could benefit from this knowledge. Remember, financial education is a powerful tool to change your life and the lives of others. Thank you for joining us on this journey of learning and reflection. We'll see you in the next audiobook. See you soon, and keep progressing on your path to wealth and success.